Let's kick off the show with a budget presentation by the Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo. This time he presented a budget estimate of 4.237 trillion naira for the year 2026 to the Lagos State House of Assembly for approval. Now, Governor Sanwo described the budget as a bold and forward-looking financial plan designed to consolidate his administration's legacy in its final full year. Please take a look.
The Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly, Honorable Mudashiru Obasa, walks into the chamber to join members of the State House of Assembly, State Executive Council members, Deputy Governors of Lagos, Kadri Hamzat, and other invited guests for the presentation of the State 2026 Appropriation Bill. The arrival of Governor Babajide Sanwo signals the commencement of the annual budget presentation. Lagos State's 2026 budget, called Budget of Shared Prosperity, is carefully reeled out by Governor Sanwo, highlighting key areas including health, transportation, modern infrastructure, education, housing, agribusiness, security, all aimed towards transforming Lagos megacity. He also speaks on the 2025 budget performance.
The year 2026 budget is anchored on the following four pillars: a human-centered approach, modern infrastructure, will build a thriving economy, and will continue to create an effective governance. Mr. Speaker, members of this House, our foremost priority remains the well-being of every Lagosian. To this end, 2026, we will expand access to quality education, we will strengthen healthcare delivery, we will widen social protection, and will accelerate affordable housing for all. We will provide urban renewal, we will push on waste management, we will ensure flood resilience is approached very well. We will ensure that women, youth, the older persons living with disability are all fully supported. Our goal in Lagos that cares, that includes, that uplifts. Under our modern infrastructure, in 2026, our focus will shift from building infrastructure to integrating it, linking roads, rail lines, waterways, energy system, and digital network into a functional ecosystem. We will continue to push on traffic management, sustainable housing, and public service delivery. On thriving economy, in 2026, we will accelerate economic growth by strengthening the medium skills, micro, small, and medium enterprises. We'll continue to ensure that we encourage circular economy initiatives. We'll be empowering startups, and we'll be advancing innovation across sectors. We will expand support for agribusinesses, manufacturing, technology, the creative industry, and tourism. We'll drive job creation, and we will be boosting competitiveness. Mr. Speaker, distinguished members of this Honorable House, in 2025, our administration made remarkable progress in expanding access to quality education through massive investment in modern, safe, and inclusive learning environment across the state. Our belief is that every Lagosian, every child in Lagos, regardless of your background, deserves access to world-class educational facility that inspire lifelong learning and nurture lifelong innovation. And so across our 6 educational districts in the state, hundreds of schools benefited from new constructions, major rehabilitation, and facility upgrades. To support the growth of youth-led businesses, the state has scaled up its innovative financing effort We remain committed to the implementation of over a 31 billion Lagos Innovation Fund, which is designed to support startups, to help in all of our innovation hubs, and to create a research that will shape the future of our economy. A city as dynamic, as complex as Lagos must continually invest in modernizing the system and services to keep it moving. Its roads, its bridges, its waterways, its power lines, its drainage network, its public buildings, and public delivery services cannot stop. That is what we've continued to do. And with your support, we have achieved a lot in 2025, and we believe we'll still do more in 2026.
Governor Sanwo announces a budget size of 4.237 trillion naira for the year 2026.
As at the end of third quarter 2025, the period ending 30 September 2025, we had implemented a budget size of 2,056,777,671,591 of our budget, of the size of the 2025 budget, which shows that we're on 81% of our prorated amounts as at September 2025. Actual capital stood at 1.2 trillion, 1.1238200372010, which shows that is a 90% of our prorated estimates as at September. Actual recurrent expenditure also stood at 818,577,299,051, which also shows 84% of our prorated estimate as at September 2025. For the year 2026 budget proposal, Mr. Speaker, I am indeed honored to present to you today the year 2026 proposal of the Lagos State budget, which we have tagged the budget of shared prosperity. The year 2026 budget is proposed at a total size of 4,237,107,009,308 naira. And so as we present this budget, we recognize the challenges ahead, but we also recognize the extraordinary resilience and the creativity of our people. Our people are the true engine of Lagos. Their strength inspires us. Their aspiration guides us. And their success remains our ultimate measure of performance. Let us therefore move forward with renewed momentum and a shared purpose. A purpose that is determined to build a Lagos that is stronger, a Lagos that is cleaner, a Lagos that is safer, and a Lagos that is more prosperous. A Lagos that will be more inclusive than ever before. A Lagos that stands as a model for Africa and a global symbol of what visionary governance can achieve.
The 2026 proposed budget breakdown includes total budget 4.23 trillion naira, total revenue 3.99 trillion naira, capital expenditure 2.19 trillion naira, recurrent expenditure 2.1 trillion naira, and total overhead costs 1.1 trillion naira. Speaker Obasa applauds the good works of Governor Sanwo and gives assurance of speedy passage of the 2026 budget.
This assembly has played an important role in complementing the executive efforts by enacting laws that enhance the quality of life of our residents, particularly in the areas of socio-economic growth, local government reform, and institutional development. Mr. Governor, permit me to commend your assertiveness, courage, forthrightness, and determined spirit toward Greater Lagos. You have maintained a track record of resourceful consistency and steering our state through economic challenges while driving infrastructure development. Not quite long ago, you brought E1 Racing Championship to Lagos, thereby making Lagos first African city to host such tournament. This budget prioritizes critical sectors: healthcare, education, transportation, security, and governance, fundamental to sustain Lagos' position as Africa's leading economic hub. We have all listened with rapt attention to how the wealth of our state will be utilized for our common good in 2026. The responsibility now lies with this honorable House to meticulously perform our constitutional duty.
With the presentation of the 2026 appropriation bill by Governor Babajide Sanwo, this indicates that last full budget size of his administration, with a big task ahead to implement all projects across the 5 divisions of the state.